This is Valley News Live at noon.
A fire caused some serious damage at a home in North Fargo this morning. Firefighters say when they first arrived on scene, they could see flames coming from the main floor windows. Crews say they got the fire under control in about 15 minutes, and about half of the main floor was already damaged by the flames. No one was home at the time, and it's unknown if anyone is permanently living there. No one was hurt in the fire. Charges are pending against a 15-year-old Fargo girl after a car-motorcycle crash that left another teen with life-threatening injuries. The Highway Patrol says the 18-year-old man was riding his motorcycle on 40th Avenue South in Fargo yesterday afternoon when the driver of an SUV turned onto 40th from a side street near Cheyenne High School. The motorcycle hit the car and the rider was thrown onto the road. The 15-year-old driver had 2 juvenile passengers with her. No one in the SUV was hurt. Grand Forks County Social Services says there have been issues getting programs like food stamps out to people. Leadership at the county tells us it's due to a growing program need and staffing shortages. A Valley News Live viewer contacted our whistleblower hotline saying a family member didn't receive food stamps on November 1st like they were anticipating. They say a social services representative told them the delay could be as long as 6 weeks. Valley News Live has yet to confirm specifics about how long the delays may last, but we'll be getting more information from Grand Forks County Social Services today. Check back for updates on this story on our VNL News app. And now let's check in with meteorologist Summer Schnellbach.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us on this Thursday afternoon. Big changes today. We are cloudy, we are gray, we've got a cool breeze, and temperatures are much colder as well. The coldest conditions right now are in the Devil's Lake Basin and down through the James River Valley. 36 degrees right now in Devil's Lake and Langdon. It's 39 Detroit Lakes and Thief River Falls. Here in Fargo, 42, 44 in Grand Forks, 50s right on our easternmost viewing area edge. So Wadena at 55 degrees at this time. Temperatures are 20 to 30 degrees colder right now than for your lunch break yesterday. Big change in temperatures. Cloud cover is expanding across the entire region, and look off to the west. You see some blue. That is snow in parts of western North Dakota. Don't worry. We'll stay dry for most of today. I'm expecting increasing showers by around 9-10 o'clock today in Fargo, but temperatures are going to stay cool all day, only peaking in the mid-40s. Grand Forks staying dry all day, aside from perhaps a renegade flurry. Jillian, I'll time out the rain and snow chances for this evening coming up in just a couple of minutes, and the latest drought monitor has been issued as well. We'll take a look at that.
All right, thanks, Summer. While local law enforcement officials look for solutions to a growing drug crisis, thousands of people are learning about recovery from addiction today. Nearly 2,000 people are at the Alara Center for the 6th annual Recovery Reinvented. Here's a live look from Grand Forks. The day is focused on sharing stories of finding recovery, enacting local change, and recognizing organizations working to end stigma in our communities. A Recovery Resources Expo will connect people to a variety of addiction, recovery, and mental health resources. Attendees will hear from both national and state experts focusing on addiction and recovery. And for the first time, North Dakotans are sharing their personal stories. Election day is coming, but across America, belief is under attack. Politicians who say the 2020 election was stolen are running for governor in 19 states, attorney general in 10, and in 12 states, election deniers are running for secretary of state, which would give them power over elections. Scott McFarland explains the effect on this year's races.
Our CBS News review of every federal and statewide race shows of the nearly 590 Republican candidates, there are 308 who we categorize as election deniers. Look at this. In the U.S. House, it's 238 of 436. It's a majority. In the U.S. Senate, again, it's a majority. In gubernatorial races, same number. In Secretary of State races nationwide, it's nearly half, and secretaries of state would help administer future elections. What do we mean by election denier? CBS News has a lengthy and formal definition. It includes those who've questioned the legitimacy of Biden's election, who won't acknowledge he's the duly elected president, those who say the election was stolen, and those who've repeated disproven claims of fraud. Among the 308 are candidates from 48 different states across the country, and it includes Republican incumbents who are questioning the validity of the very ballots upon which they were elected to. Scott McFarland, CBS News, New York.
After 2 years of investigations and audits, no fraud or error has been found in any state that would change the 2020 outcome. The Moorhead Public Library is hosting its first of 3 informational sessions right now on a proposed new regional library and community center. The funding would come from a 0.5% sale tax increase if voters approve the measure on Election Day next week. A citizen-led task force was formed last year to work with the community to decide on features and amenities. Some of the top requests include a walking track, indoor play area, hands-on learning space, and green space. 2 more sessions are being held tonight at 5:30 and 6:30. As we turn the calendar to November, many are making holiday plans and preparations, and the Salvation Army is preparing to help families this season as well. The nonprofit is now taking applications for Christmas food boxes. They say to spread the word to anyone in need. We have a link to register at valleynewslive.com. The last day to apply for the Christmas food box is Monday, November 21st. If you're looking to help a local pet in need, For Love of Dog Rescue kicks off its 14th annual silent auction today. Online bidding will close at 9 p.m. on Saturday. To get a look at auction items in person, you can head to the Fargo Holiday Inn from 5 to 9 on Saturday. All purchased items must be picked up from the Holiday Inn on Sunday between noon and 3 p.m. Proceeds from the silent auction will go to rescuing, caring for, and rehoming dogs. Coming up at noon, small airline seats aren't just uncomfortable. Some say it's a safety risk. We'll explain what some lawmakers are proposing. But next, weather to plan your Thursday and a look ahead to the weekend forecast.